I think I'm going to transition to starting soon. Just going to wait for TurtleBot to get the notification. I haven't streamed in a minute, so I don't know. Okay, so it's connected. I can't see if I'm connected to my Twitch. Oh. Well, okay. So now I believe CarlBot should give a notification in just a few minutes. Okay. Let's see who might be in chat. I'm gonna go promote this actually in some servers. Ah, damn it! I just clicked Word. This is awkward. TV /Maggie. All right. And Wolfie left the Discord. That sucks. So I don't know why I set up a poll for it to be either a stream or a video, because I'll probably just upload this VOD after I'm done, because nobody's gonna watch this shit. But here I am in the flesh. I want to talk about the things that you see on the screen right here. I'm picking my fucking nose. So the first thing I wanted to just discuss not really quick, I don't want to glaze over this, but I wanted to talk about the third episode of the Gas Leak podcast, because I have been thinking about it a lot ever since we released it. And I personally feel that my actions in that episode of the show were very inappropriate and borderline racist. So, okay. In this episode of my podcast that I do with my friends, where we just talk about our. We're supposed to be talking about our music. We decided to have a serious political discussion regarding incidents of police brutality that had been occurring in the United States as of that point. For example, the George Floyd not assassination, the George Floyd killing, and how that led to the return of the Black Lives Matter movement, and how we were feeling and how we have changed since the Black Lives Matter movement started back in 2015, and just how uncomfortable and saddened we are by the current state of the United States. And for some reason, and I think I was just upset and angry, but that's not an excuse, I said the N-word multiple times on stream, mind you, and also uploaded that VOD to YouTube. And for me to use that word at all is very inappropriate and unacceptable. And I know that there's a lot of haha funnies that go around about the N-word and about the usage of slurs, but I honestly don't think in retrospect that it's acceptable for me to use that word at all, let alone on a podcast that was specifically talking about the oppression of African Americans in American society. So if I offended anyone, regardless if I offended you or not, with what I said and the way and my usage of that word on that episode of the Gaslight Podcast, I am very sorry. And moving forward, I will not be engaging in any sort of behaviors regarding slurs of any kind. And I will not be accepting slurs of any kind in the Baggy Chefs Discord server, because moving forward, I would like it to be a more accepting and welcoming place, which is what I always really what I always intended. And for me, as the admin of the server and as the host of the Gaslight Podcast, to use such a word while talking about such a serious topic is inappropriate and racist and just not okay. So I felt that needed to be said. I really felt that it was important to address that, and to also address that I'm going to leave that episode up just because of the importance of the topic. What I am trying to figure out how to do right now is how to edit out the audio of me using that word. I'm not sure if I even want to. I'm pretty sure I don't want to leave it in. But at the same time, it might be important for the context of how unacceptable that was. But at the same time, it's not really necessary to the episode overall, so I may just remove that snippet of audio. Remove any snippets of audio of me saying that word. The second topic I want to talk about today is why I left the Super Smash Bros. Ultimate competitive scene. And this is another thing where it's just entirely on me, and it's not really because of anyone else. There's really no one else to blame or that you can pin for this. So I used to be a part of a crew in the Smash Crew server called Aces of Roses, and recently they changed their name to Endeavor. During my time in Aces of Roses / Endeavor, I was very rude and very inconsiderate to a lot of my friends, basically for no acceptable reason. And I was heavily toxic in regards to this game competitively, not only in the Endeavor server, but in multiple Discord servers that have to do with competitive Smash. And I personally find playing the game, especially on Wi-Fi, which is where I commonly engaged with the competitive scene, to be very frustrating. And I feel that I shouldn't let. I feel like if that is going to lead to toxic behavior, until I can stop doing that, I need to not be a part of the competitive scene. And I do not deserve to be a part of the competitive scene because this game does deserve better than that. Smash Ultimate is a beautiful game. It is a wonderful piece of gaming history and of media history in general. And I just think that if you're going to play a game like that at that level, you should be better than that. I was not dedicating myself like I should have as a player to the game, and instead of trying to fix that, I would berate myself, say things to others that just were not okay, be rude and inconsiderate, and call the game garbage when it's not. I also do not feel comfortable with the current state of the Smash community. As I'm sure many people know, a lot of individuals have been exposed in the community lately as sexual predators, pedophiles, things of that nature. And I thought to myself that if I was put in a scenario where I was confided in by a victim of sexual abuse, then I would just not know what to do, and I would freak out. And I don't feel comfortable in that scenario. So until that or my general toxic behavior when it comes to this game changes, I don't see a reason to continue pursuing any sort of competitive Smash related goals, because I am not able to handle it, apparently. And I had to discover that in the hardest way possible. You know, I pissed a lot of my friends off. And I am very sorry to the members of Endeavor for the way I was acting. And I'm very sorry to everyone just in the Wi-Fi scene in general, honestly. Sorry to everyone in Grunt Gang. I'm sorry to everyone in Conky's server. The way I've pretty much been acting up until now, it's not. Regardless of whatever is causing the issue, there's no excuse for it. It's unacceptable across the board, and I need to better myself as a person, and I need to change. So those are the two unacceptable behaviors that yeah. Saying the fucking N-word and being incredibly toxic over a children's party game. So if you couldn't guess, I haven't been very happy lately. It's not I've been engaging in these awful behaviors for like no reason. There really is no excuse for it, and things need to change moving forward, and that is what the second half of this is about. That's what the rest of the stream is going to be about. How I'm working on myself, what I want to do to try and remedy these situations, and everything that's going to happen in the Baggy Shits Discord. I'm going to be just a little bit more strict in there. I know it doesn't really matter because the server really isn't that active. I would like the server to be like popping someday. So when we start to get that ball rolling and when that starts to happen, we're going to have proper rules. We're going to have proper moderators. You guys aren't going to have to worry about any of that stuff. The big problem with the Baggy Shits Discord, Baggy Court as it's now called, which is going to be its permanent name from now on, is that you all know each other from somewhere else. Despite everything that happened and despite all the bridges that have been burned, I appreciate that you're owning up to everything, and I personally accept your apology. Thank you, Jim. It means a lot to me as your friend. So as I was saying, the problem with Baggy Cord is that you all know each other from somewhere else. Like all my real life friends, we could just talk on whatever else. We could talk on Instagram. We could talk whatever. We could hang out if we really wanted to, even though it's quarantine times. And everyone in pretty much everyone who is in the server is either in the Grunt Gang server, in Conkydorf's server, or Endeavor. So the big change that needs to be made is I just need to invite people that you don't know, and maybe I could ask of the community to invite people that they don't know. I was supposed to talk about this last, but whatever. I really would like to get more people in the server that we don't know from other places. I feel like that's the problem. Maybe it's not. Maybe I'm not making any sense, but I feel like somebody in chat is probably getting the gist of what I'm saying. Like, you all have other places to talk to each other. You have other places to talk to me in, frankly, and I could be more active in my own server, and I understand that. I fully accept responsibility for that as well. So, I guess since we talked about the Gas Leak podcast, I should mention that we never got around to doing the 5th episode, which was going to be where we talk about American Idiot, and we will never get around to it because the state of the Gas Leak is completely changing. It's not canceled outright at this point, but it is pretty much on an indefinite hiatus. Ian and I have sort of lost motivation. I would say especially Ian too, because he's got other shit to worry about as a person who's trying to graduate high school and is trying to go to college. And I have shit I need to worry about as someone who is also supposed to be gearing up to go back to college in the fall. And while I have been working on music, I have not been really working on it with Ian. And we have not really been working on things together. We have simply agreed at this point that the Gas Leak podcast format should change to a more sort of just shoot the shit style and be less focused on the music aspect. If we work on music, you guys will be the first to know. And if we work on anything really, you guys will be the first to know from that podcast. I would like to talk about all my projects on there. As would Ian, as would anyone else who joins. Lance will probably become a permanent member at some point. I still have to ask him about that. Don't tell him I just said that. But that's essentially what's happening with the Gas Leak. We're moving away from music and moving into a more casual format for the podcast, because that's what gets us more views, and more views means that I'm a bit more motivated, personally, and it's exciting for Ian as well. So we probably will still be playing songs and doing stuff like that moving forward. And keep in mind as well that this is on the Cherry Gasoline YouTube channel, so the main focus is going to be Cherry Gasoline as a band. So if we continue to do that project, otherwise the Gas Leak podcast will just move to this channel. But to keep the Cherry Gasoline channel alive and active, I will probably be working on uploading music to that channel and uploading songs as often as I can. So please look forward to that until we can get the podcast back in order and get everything situated with that. Now, personal streams and videos, something I noticed about this is that I feel a lot less motivated to stream, in particular, when there is nobody available to be in voice chat with me, which sounds very pathetic, I understand. So, two things that I would like to try to do for streams is I would like to try to motivate myself to stream by myself more often, because every time I go back to stream, OBS forgets my account information for Twitch. So that sucks. I would like to get back into making videos as well. I want to make more videos. I'm considering either trying to get the server more active to get more people engaged and get more people to pop on stream and just chat with me, or trying to make videos when no one is available, so that I don't have to stream. I don't have to feel like, oh, I'm just back here just doing nothing, basically. And those are just very minor things. So we're gonna try to get everything rolling again and try to get things more active and try to get things more sort of hyped up. I have been thinking, because my brother, I recently found out, is a streamer and has Discord. So I was thinking, hey, I could invite him, some of his friends, and just people that I know to the Discord, and we can get something rolling there. I like promoting his streams, and I would like to have this as a way to encourage him to do it. And I would like to also, I would like to encourage both of my brothers to stream, honestly. I think that would be very nice if we had like a little community here. But again, you all know each other from somewhere else, so it's pointless to try with what I have to make a community, because the community is already there. It's just that it's somewhere else, and they're hanging out. They hang out in other places. And I guess I should get into the fact that I have a kind of job now. So one of the things I'm doing to help with the first two problems I mentioned is I am starting to work again. I haven't been very happy as of late, and when I was removed from Endeavor, the first thing I did was I said, oh my god, I'm so distraught about these people that I don't even know in real life, when I haven't talked to my own father. I haven't talked to him in a very long time since quarantine started. It's been a couple months. So I contacted him, and I was like in tears. I was like, Poppy, I'm sorry. This is getting too personal. I just told him I was sorry that I haven't been talking to him, and that I had a falling out with some of my friends, and it put things into perspective for me, how important it is to try and keep relationships and try to work on them. I've been thinking a lot about relationships lately. So I started working with him, and it's been very helpful because it's been taking my mind off of the fact that the Discord server isn't active, the fact that I'm not as active on Discord. It's just allowed me to have a clear head. And it was actually when I started working with him that I was finally able to get around to like, okay, how should I do this stream/video, this whole spiel and this apology, whatever, you know. So I think it's good for me. I think it's a very healthy thing that I'm doing, and it allows me to work on myself, and it allows me to strengthen my relationship with my father, and hopefully in that I can strengthen other relationships. But aside from just working, I do want to mention that I have considered for a very long time, yes, but especially given recent events, and especially in the months upon months where I was in the Endeavor Discord, just sob story after sob story. I during even that time, I have been considering getting serious mental help. And I have been considering, contacting someone to go through some sort of maybe therapy or some sort of just social emotional counseling to help me get better at using my words properly and to help me feel more comfortable in my own skin so that I can actually do this, because I want to stream as a hobby. I enjoy it. It's a lot of fun. And I just want to have fun. There are other things that I need to work on as well in my personal life that I'm not going to talk about here because it's not anybody's business but mine. There's no point in continuing to complain about my personal life to people on Discord. Because why should I? I shouldn't make it their business. They shouldn't have to hear it. The least I could do for my friends is keep my personal problems that aren't related to, if it's not about what you're doing online, why share it with your online friends? I have a family to talk to, and I have friends that I know in real life to talk to. And sure, I have people I could talk to on Discord about these things. And I just haven't been using those resources like I should. So hopefully some sort of, mental health counseling, as well as spending less time on the internet because I'm lifting shit instead, and I'm doing work in not in a cubicle, but in like a garage in a building. I'm getting hands on. It's different from what I usually do, which is sitting around on my computer all day doing dick all. Hopefully that helps. And one thing that it's kind of ironic because I have this break from my daily routine and I go to this place to work where there is no internet and I have to use data on my phone, progress on Pokemon Gilded Emerald, the ROM hack that I've been working on pretty much since April or May, I want to say, it has stopped stagnating. Because after that demo came out, I said, I was trying to figure out a bunch of features. Feature creep, as they call it, snuck up on me. I got demotivated. But because all the tools I use, I can use them offline, I can program stuff offline. So in the past few days when I've gotten a break from working, I have been doing that. That makes me happy. Because I think a lot of people are going to be very pleased when that demo releases. I think a lot of people are going to have a lot of fun with this ROM hack. And that's really the reason why I'm doing it. I just want people to have fun, and I just want to do this. I just want to do a bunch of shit as a hobby. That's everything I wanted to touch on. That was a short stream. I talked my fucking guts out. My throat hurts. So, if I had to summarize what happened on this stream, it was a very short stream, and I'm going to end it right now. Don't say the N-word if you're not black, ever. It's never okay. Don't play games competitively if you have a bad attitude, and you're going to let that bad attitude affect not only your performance, but how you treat your friends and how you treat the game. Because video games deserve better than that. The Gas Leak is moving to a different, more casual format, and I will be uploading songs to the Gas Leak, not the Gas Leak channel, but Cherry Gas Leak channel. You guys know what I mean. Going to try to get more streams and videos up on just in general. There are going to be changes to make the Discord server more active that I will be discussing with other people very soon. But I won't be as active online to do that, so I have to do all that pretty much after I get out of work because I have a job and it breaks up the monotony of my life and it makes me happy. And progress on the ROM hack is steady and is going pretty decently well. I like to thank the two people, one of whom I don't even think is in the Discord server. It's very unfortunate. This is probably that person's first exposure to me. Like, oh my god, this guy said the N-word? What the fuck is this guy's problem? Or maybe he thinks I'm based. Maybe he thinks I'm cool. Like that one fucking scene in Family Guy where they respect Peter for saying it. That scene was really fucking racist. When you really think about it. I also need to make it very clear right now that I understand that not everybody in Endeavor or in the Endeavor server is going to accept this apology, and that's okay. You don't have to forgive me. I was not a good friend to all of you. I'm very sorry. I hope you can forgive me, but if you don't, I understand completely. Because as of this moment, aside from maybe some things I might have said on this live stream, how have I convinced you, just by saying it and just by acknowledging it, that I have changed? How have I convinced you yet that I have changed? And until then, in fact, let's be real. Let's be 100% real. Even when I do change, if it happens, I am going to try and make it happen as hard as I can. But even if a change happens, you don't have to forgive me. I'm not, although I appreciate forgiveness, right? As you should. I am not going to ask for it. I am simply going to ask that it is understood that I know what I did wrong. I know why it's wrong. And I know that I need to atone for it. And the only way to atone for it is by being considerate. The only way to make up for being inconsiderate is to just be considerate. And henceforth, I am going to try and be much more considerate. Alright, I'm going to stop recording now. Then I'm going to end stream. I'd like to thank anyone who listened. And thank you for watching. I hope that we can move forward from this and remedy the issues that I have created. I hope that I can remedy the issues that I have created. You do nothing. You just sit there and do what you've always been doing. Because you're not the one who messed up here. That's all on me. I hope that moving forward, we can remedy our relationships and that I can do better for each and every one of you as your friend. Not even as a content creator, not even as Baggy Shus, as Jose. I hope I can do better for you and everyone in my life as Jose. Thank you.